Okay. Hi.
It's been minutes.
I know, right?
It's been an hour.
This is going to be great. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I keep adding more to this presentation.
Oh, whatever makes you feel comfortable. You're good.
Whatever makes me feel comfortable.
Okay. Sure.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi, David.
Good afternoon.
Going? Hello?
How's everybody doing?
Going?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good. I'm supposed to join you today, but I just drove down the mountain, down from Big Bear, and I just dealing with 2 files. I just was not prepared. Sorry.
Oh, no
That's
worries.
why you don't want to show your face?
He's not prepared. Oh, there he is.
Oh, now you want to show your face.
There you go. Go Dodgers.
Look, David, look this.
Is that your battery?
They're gonna choke. One more time.
I thought that was your battery. Is it your battery?
No, it's a new thing that they put on my chest. Bunch of wires. Thank God for insurance, right?
That's it. That's it. Cobra, right?
Cobra? So I'm gonna get fired? That's what you're trying to say? Okay, I'm gonna let everybody in at 1 p.m. so we have 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right, tell me so I can hide my face again. My
Hello?
mug.
Nice to meet you.
I didn't get it, Debra. I'll be here listening in.
Okay. I will see your shining logo.
Yeah. That's our way of hiding when we haven't, we're not prepared, I guess. Well, I didn't know I was going to be talking today. But I'm interested in the topic, so we're here.
Woohoo.
Oh. So how you feel? Good? You present quite often though, right?
Oh, me? Yeah. I added 5 slides about networking.
Oh, okay, nice. That's awesome, actually. That is great.
Yeah. And if you wanted to do a separate one on just expanding on on that section, we can absolutely do that at another time.
Oh, okay, cool. Definitely have Jorge. He'll probably be the one to say yeah. But yeah, he sets the dates and everything, but it'll be good.
Okay. Well, I know that social media was important in the networking, so I wanted to be sure to
get that in there.
Expand on that and give examples that are very specific to how you make sure you're presentable and set goals for social media, networking, events, etc.
Perfect. That's Anthony. Jorge number 2.
Wait, I'm seeing double.
Yeah.
I'm good looking, he's ugly.
Well, obviously.
So bad. All right, they're gonna probably let people in shortly. Let me pull up your email so I can read off of that.
It shoots
let me send you the credentials. Bye.
George, do you mind sending it to Juanita? She says that she's got the wrong link. Just email it to her.
Sure.
Hi, Debra.
Hi, how are you?
Can you let everybody in,
Anthony,
Tony?
even though it says Jorge on there, my name's Anthony.
Can you let everybody in, Tony?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to Title Tuesday. Like always, we're going to start at 1:05, so we have 5 minutes. Please mute your phones, mute your devices, and thank you for being here. Sorry, I'm not wearing a suit and a tie. Today, I'm having a bad suit day.
Real
bad suit day. Michael Nuri, you're looking sharp. I like that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Justin, you're looking sharp too.
Thank you, sir. I take out
That
my
looks better. It's always that looks better, but fine. So we're gonna start in 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes, and we're gonna start. I'm gonna do a little speech that some of you guys are tired of hearing. I keep saying this in every Zoom meeting that I go, every time, every chance that I have. But I'm gonna say it before we start the meeting, and I don't want to make anybody depressed. But let's try to be sensitive. Not everybody's having a good time right now. We're blessed. We're in an industry that is booming. I mean, business is real good for everybody. Title reps, realtors, lenders. Our industry is booming, and you never know when you're gonna be up or when you're gonna be down. So let's be very sensitive because some people are not doing good. I'm gonna talk on my family. My two sisters, they lost their jobs. My little sister, she works for a company in Pittsburgh, and literally they shut down the company. The other one has a school in Alhambra, in Pasadena, I'm sorry. And she closed the school because you guys know why. So not everybody's doing good. Not everybody's making a lot of money. So be very sensitive what you're posting on Facebook and showing up your Rolex and showing up your Mercedes-Benz and all that. Because some people are not having a good time right now. And it's time for us to be sensitive. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish, Christian, Catholic. Let's try to be good human beings and let's try to help a family in need. I mean, you know, there's 40 million kids that they go to bed every day they go to bed hungry. I'm talking in this country. I'm not talking in Africa. I'm not talking in South Central America. I'm talking in this country. 14 million kids they go to bed hungry. So in your next commission check, just buy somebody else a meal, just one meal, one simple meal. So I'm tired of, I'm sorry, I know you guys are tired of me saying this because I have over 2-3 weeks saying this in every Zoom that I can jump, but it's a true. It's about being sensitive, and I don't want to depress anybody because we're very blessed that we're in a good industry. So we have 2 minutes, guys, 2 more minutes. And Tony can translate what I just said in English because my accent never fails, right, Tony? Even when I type, he says that I have an accent when I'm typing on send him in a text. It's like, really?
You sound great, Jorge.
Thank you, Sean. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm up in San Francisco. I'm up in the Bay Area today.
Nice.
Been here for a little while. I'm calling you from the top of my dresser in my hotel room. Yay!
Very nice. We have 1 more minute. 1 more minute. We're gonna start. By the way, guys, we are blessed, number one, to have Debra today, but we are blessed to have Scott Smith. Scott Smith, it's the manager in Orange County, and they are having a phenomenal year. I mean, there's a team of 2, and they are killing every title rep in the industry. Scott, I am jealous, but I mean it with the bottom of my heart. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys are doing so good. So congrats, my friend. 1 minute.
Just so we're all clear, I'm not a manager.
Yes, you are.
Who do I manage? Me?
You're my boss. It's amazing what you guys are doing. Amazing. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Tony, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Anthony Zamora, Pacific Coast Title. As always, I'm going to start off with the ground rules before we introduce our speaker today. All questions are to be entered into the chat, and questions will be asked throughout the presentation on your behalf. Please make sure your device is always muted. If your question is not asked or answered, you will be given the speaker's contact info so you can contact them directly. I want to thank all of our PCT title reps from LA, the Inland Empire, Orange County, Oxnard, Ventura, and San Diego for attending this meeting and obviously inviting all of your clients. Anyone who would like a copy of this presentation, please enter the following into the chat: your name, email, phone number, and the PCT rep which you work with. With that said, I'd like to introduce Felicia Pantoja. She's going to go ahead and introduce our guest speaker for today.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, unmuted. Hi, I would like to introduce Debra Eckerling. She works with individuals and businesses to set goals and manage their projects through one-on-one coaching, workshops, and online support. She is the author of Your Goal Guide, a roadmap for setting, planning, and achieving your goals, and founder of the DEB method. DEB stands for Determine Your Mission, Explore Your Options, and Brainstorm Your Path. A professional writer, communication specialist, and project catalyst with more than 20 years of experience. Debra is the founder of Write On Online, a live and online community for writers, creatives, and entrepreneurs, as well as a host of Goal Chat, Twitter Chat, and Goal Chat Live on Facebook. Debra is also the author of the self-published Write On Blogging, 51 Tips to Create, Write, and Promote Your Blog, and the Purple Pencil Adventures, writing prompt for kids of all ages. She has written for national, local, trade, and online publications and worked in publishing, education, financial services, social media, and technology. With that, Debra?
Well, thank you so much for having me. First thing I just learned is I really should shorten that bio. I'm so happy to be here today. I love goals. Probably more than anybody you will ever meet in your life. So I am thrilled to be here to talk about the DEB method and ways that you can set yourself up for success in 2021. And as Jorge was saying before, this year has been good for some people, not so good for other people, but there's no reason why you can't have success this year and a wonderful 2021. So with that, to get what you want, you need to know what you want. And I'm sure many of you are goal-oriented people. You want to up-level your skills. That's why you're here today. And the reason most goals fail is people don't know what that is. So first of all, snaps and gold stars to all of you for taking the step to like set yourself for success in the new year. And also keep in mind, this isn't only about the business goals, although they're important. As I'm speaking today, think about things in your personal life as well that you want to achieve, because even though we're all working and happy, we do have a little extra time because we're not traveling as much everywhere. So you've got some found time that you can use to amp up your business some more, or maybe start that passion side hustle that ties into your business goals and find that kind of success. Because I want you, oh, see, I talked before. So what is your goal? Your goal is to be successful in business and in life, to be happy, or as I call it, to find Goaltopia. And Goaltopia, yes, it's a word I made up because it didn't exist, but it's that perfect world where you're achieving your goals and living the life you desire. And I want you to all be in that Goaltopia space and just not just do your job, but enjoy it, live it, and up-level everything you want. So as Felicia mentioned before, I'm Debra Eckerling. I'm founder of the DEB method. And the problem with goals is people often do not put into consideration why they want what they want. So it all starts with determining your mission, then explore your options, except we're kind of gonna breeze over that because you're all in this industry, so you know what you're doing. And then jump over to brainstorm your path. So figure out what you want and then jump to more effective ways to get it. And I have been doing this for many years. I started leading live writer support groups, which transitioned into online support groups, which I say in my bio, I'm a hybrid, but obviously I'm all online right now. It's all about community and connecting, figuring out what you want and having people to support you, like this group, to get it. So let's jump in. All starts with determining your mission. So when you close your eyes and think of the perfect life you want, what does that look like? And you probably have some idea. Maybe you have some things that you want to do a little bit more of and less of other things. So in things with this new hybrid or mostly digital way of working, probably altered this perfect future that you want, but it doesn't really have to. You can all achieve the goals you want. Maybe the process is a little bit different. And to get to Goaltopia, you want to start with your current bio. What are you doing now versus your future bio? Perhaps you're very successful. No reason you can't be uber successful. Think about not just the who you are now and who you want to be, what you want to be doing, but think about your mission statement. You're all in this industry for a reason, whether it's because you love real estate or because you want to help people find their perfect home. Whatever that is, think about what are your unique attributes? Why do you do what you do? What led you to this profession, and how having this particular expertise is going to help you and help others? Because when you start with the mission to help others within your goals, so my mission is to help 50 families find homes next year. My mission is to help people find that place where they are safe, comfortable, and living the life that they want. It is perfect. This is your mission. So from that, you want to write your motto. So save happy families, or best realtor in Orange County, in LA, on the coast, whatever it is, that motto, that theme song, that 3 to 5 word phrase that's going to keep you focused, keep your eye on the prize, which is Goaltopia. And that's what you want to have in mind as you are setting your goals and making your future plans. Any questions, or should I go on?
You're good to go.
Okay, excellent. So you need to start with where you are, where you want to go, and then you can create that roadmap to get there. You figure out what you want, and then you work backwards. In my book, Your Goal Guide, is this road trip theme. It's really about finding the destination and then figuring out, we used to use maps and Thomas Guide. Now it's GPS. Now you're using your personal GPS to make that plan to get to the place that you want. So it really starts with brainstorm everything. Okay, I want to sell this many homes next year. I want this many new clients. Oh, I clearly edited this like right before because I noticed a typo. All good. Done is always better than perfect. Back to the brainstorming. What do you want? What are your long-term goals? And within it, so your long-term goal is to be the #1 person in your industry, in your area. What does that mean to you? And how do you mostly map it out? So if I want to get to this many people, or this many clients, then I have to reach out to this many people. And by reaching out to this many people, that means I need to do a certain number a day, a week, a month, but also do the different social media networking activities, not just the old door knocking or digital door knocking. Look into what sort of social media goals, networking goals that you have to do along with that. Brainstorm all your goals, categorize them, and then map them out. So you start with the bigger picture and then schedule everything that needs to get done. They're also, not everything needs to be mapped up, but some are more like lifestyle goals. So I want to spend, and we're going back to that personal goal thing that I talked about before. I want to build out the patio in my home. I want to build a tree house for my kids. I want to be eating healthier. I want to work out more. So all these kinds of lifestyle goals aren't necessarily mapped out. They're more scheduled. So you're spending an hour a week working towards this, an hour a week, twice a week. We'll get a little bit more into tracking a little bit later on. So start with the big picture and categorize them, so then you can figure out what needs to get done to reach each benchmark, each objective. So for your process, maybe you start with farming, your digital door knocking, your marketing and social media goals. What different elements need to be done to reach your farming goals? Listing your sale, you have the different elements there, finding a home for a client, whether you do one, the other, most likely both. Each process, it has different steps you need to take to get to that goal of selling the house, finding the home. And then the sell, what needs to be done? Okay, you have the sale. What are the different steps that need to be done within the sale? But in addition to all these different goals within your process, you need to set goals for continuing education, networking, marketing, because all these are going to help up-level you as a title rep, realtor, whatever part you are in this industry. So again, it starts with you've got your long-term goals, and then within it, your short-term goals. And within each short-term goals, you have a benchmark and then tasks. So for example, let's talk about content goals. Now, as I mentioned before, you probably all have a little bit extra found time because you're doing more digital work and less driving everywhere. Although I know you still have places to go and some in person. That really is a lot different of a balance than it was in the pre-COVID days. So maybe you want to create something that's going to help you stand out more for your business. So maybe you need to create an ebook, or you want to do a Facebook Live show, or start a blog, set some social media goals or content goals so you can stand out. So we're going back to, remember, we're talking about your mission. Your mission is to be number one in this particular area or industry. Well, let's think about what can you do to help set yourself aside from everybody else. And my favorite tool for really honing in on things that you can do to up-level yourself is something I call directed journaling. And the way directed journaling works is you want to set aside 3, 4, 5, 15-minute appointments with yourself where your entire goal is to brain dump what you can do to up-level yourself, whether it's to do with your social media goals or you want to create some sort of content to better showcase your expertise. So what you want to do is schedule these appointments, and then you want to keep these appointments. And during this time, all you're doing is answering a simple question. What do I want to create? What makes me unique? What can I do to add value to my industry, to my clients, to my prospects? And what you're going to do is, over the course of time, just empty out your head. And whether you prefer to type or handwrite or even verbally, babble 15 minutes on each of these sessions, whatever works for you, whatever you will do, that is what you should be doing for this particular brainstorm. And if you're doing audio, I recommend putting it through transcriber so you can see your notes. But the idea is to do these sessions and not look at your brainstorms. And once you're completed the process, go back in and look at the things that stand out for you. Okay, maybe you thought a blog was the right way to go to get your expertise out there, but in your brainstorm, you keep talking about starting a podcast. Well, then now is the time to start that podcast, to explore what you need to do to make that happen. Or perhaps you have all these great tips from your years of being a title rep, realtor, however your place is in the industry. You want to write an ebook as a value add to your new clients to help them get to know you and the way in which you work, then that's what you're going to do. So think about which of these content, go through your brainstorms, find the common themes, and pick out what makes sense for you, what you're drawn to, what, again, you're going to do, because you don't want to set goals that you're not going to achieve. You want to find the thing that speaks to you that you're going to be able to put into action. So your reason for this product, get your voice out there, help more people, entertain, inform, educate, and then divide and conquer. Look at the thing you want to create, brainstorm all the goals. Okay, I want to start a new website because that's how I'm going to have my blog, to be able to help people learn about what they need to do if they want to move from the city to the suburbs. We have suburbs here, right? Or people who want to move from the suburbs to the city, or people who want to move to California who need to know the difference in living in LA versus anywhere else. So you want to start a website, great. What goes into that? Well, you need to start your actual website if you don't already have one. So you're going to have a set of goals for that. Figure out your branding if you don't already have that. Figure out what kind of content you're going to write, what visuals. There are all sorts of different little pieces to the puzzle. You want to throw all of them out on the page, maybe do some research to find out what you don't know, then map everything out. Okay, to start a website, I need to do this. I'm going to get it done by this date. There's your assigned deadlines. And break it up into little pieces so you're working an hour or two a week on it, setting appointments and getting things done. I need to figure out the content. That's another benchmark. What content am I going to blog about? Am I going to podcast about? Am I going to write about? Write out the different topics, the different chapters, and then write your different drafts of your posts. And then the tasks in terms of posting, social media, getting everything out there. So you start big, figure out what little goals you need, and then work toward achieving them, map them out. I'll go back to the maps. So you've got your big pictures, the little things, and then the tasks that make up the benchmarks that get you towards your goal. Okay, good. Shall I continue? I haven't heard not, so I'm going to keep going. Branding goals. This goes into one of those, what I would call lifestyle goal. If you're not putting an hour, and this hour a week can be 15-minute increments, 2 half-hour increments, but if you're not putting some time into your social persona, your branding, then it's going to come back to get you. You want people to recognize you anywhere they see your picture, their logo. You want to make sure your branding's consistent on your website as well as your social profiles. And okay, so my hair is longer than my profile picture, but you could still tell it's me, right? I am me everywhere. My logo is me everywhere. So you want to make sure your photo, bio, branding are up to date on your website, but also your social media profiles. You want to have a one-line bio, a paragraph bio, and perhaps like a full page bio, so people can learn a little bit about you, a little more about you, and then a lot about you when they go to your website. Another place to review your branding is LinkedIn. And you may have your company as your headline, but your headline really should be more who you help and how you help. So I help people make new plans when change happens. I'm pretty sure my LinkedIn says something like that. You help people buy new homes when they need to relocate. You help people adjust from the city to the suburbs to the city. You help businesses in particular industries. So whatever it is that you do that helps people with their problems, that's what you want to highlight on top of your LinkedIn. Other little tweaks you can make to your LinkedIn is to make sure your experience is up to date. And this is probably a little less relevant since I'm assuming if you've all know enough that you need to be doing continuing education and webinars entitled Tuesdays, you've been doing this for a while. But if you have a new experience, you go to work for a different company, you add some sort of side board membership or volunteer work, you always want to add things within a couple weeks of starting something new. Because let's say you're in a job for a while and it's time for a change, even though you can mark it so you don't inform people when you have LinkedIn updates, people may notice that you decided to give your LinkedIn a makeover. Keep your LinkedIn is something you should look at the very minimum quarterly to make sure it's up to date, that you're reflecting your best self and what you're working on currently. And even with now, if you've tweaked the way you work with clients because of COVID and isolation and the whole rigmarole, you have to do things differently, say that. I help people find new homes even when living in isolation. People who are living in isolation and have to move, they're going to look at that and say, this may be my person, I should be reaching out. The other thing you can add is multimedia, whether you do videos or your company has videos, you can showcase and also showcase those in your experience sections. It's going to help your LinkedIn profile stand out. So whatever other goals you have, branding goals are definitely going to set you up for success, because if you're doing this and other people in your industry aren't, you're going to be standing out. And that's going to give you a huge advantage. Another thing that you can do, and again, you're here, so you know the value of going to events each week, is set networking goals for yourself. You can't see it, but I actually have Deb's rules on the side, and it tells me how many blog posts to do a week, how many events to do a week, what sorts of outreaches that I want to do to keep top of mind. But in non-COVID days, I always say one event a week is good, and it could be a workshop, mixer, breakfast, even going to the gym and having a conversation with your regular friends, or going to work at the same coffee shop so you see the other people that you connect with on an ongoing basis. Now that we don't have to travel, now that travel isn't something people are doing as often, you don't have that travel time, so you can fit 2 or 3 events a week into your schedule. And these can also be virtual coffees, mixers, things that will get you out there and keep you top of mind with your friends and your peers. Always good to do one conference a month, but my favorite thing to do during your networking goal time, and I have calendar appointments every day. I think at 10 a.m. it tells me to do my outreach, and sometimes I do it at 10, sometimes it's later in the day. We'll talk a little bit more about tracking in a few minutes, but I have that reminder to just go and connect with people. And these outreaches can just be, hi, how are you, emails to old friends and colleagues, or it can be you notice something in their LinkedIn stream, someone got a promotion. So you can contact them through Messenger or do the little hand clappy with a comment. All these things will get you visible and keep you top of mind, because when someone needs what you have to offer, you want to be the one that they think about. And doing these outreach, you're not saying, hey, need a title rep, or hey, want to buy a house. You're saying, hey, how are you? What's going on in your world? And starting that conversation, because they may not need you, but reminding them that you exist will also, if they encounter someone who needs you, you're going to be top of mind. Back to LinkedIn, one of, I think, my favorite platforms, and something that is definitely underutilized, because it's the business platform that everybody thinks of as a resume, but you really want to use it as, you want people to see you on LinkedIn as a resource. Hence why I was talking about make your headline not your job, but what you do, how you help, and who you help. Put links in your experiences that are going to help people understand what you do, educate people about your little corner of your niche, your corner of the real estate business, your industry, things that you find interesting that you are going to be sharing, whether it's through your company or other articles you find. People want to learn more. They're going to know, oh, you're the go-to. You're always posting helpful videos and articles about real estate in Los Angeles. Well, if I have any questions about real estate in Los Angeles, I'm going to contact you because you know things. So you want to have a robust LinkedIn profile, But the other reason why LinkedIn is so good is when you go to all these events, LinkedIn is really the best way to connect with new people. So perhaps you're looking to attend an event, look up the speaker, start commenting on their LinkedIn, and then after the event, thank them and connect with them, because you never know who they know. Or perhaps you're at because we have chat going on during events, whether it's on Zoom or StreamYard or whatever, you might meet someone who has similar resources or similar attitude, or is someone who should be in your community. Reach out to them on LinkedIn. People are more likely to connect on LinkedIn than they are in other social networks. They may still want to connect on Facebook, and you should be doing, I'll get to this in a minute. You should be following their Twitter profiles and their Facebook pages and wherever they have social, because it's part of saying, hey, I'm interested in you, let's develop a relationship. But LinkedIn, for that one-on-one connection, for being in their feed and having them in yours, you want to show that you are this expert in your specialty and you want to be friends. So after you meet, send a personalized LinkedIn invitation. Hey, we met at X, let's connect. And then continue the conversation. If you know that they are looking for resources and you have a great article, maybe it's not even your article, send it to them. Again, it's about remaining in their head and helping them to remember you when they need you, or when someone they know needs what you have to offer. Something else that's good, if you've had several interactions with someone and you want to have a deeper conversation about how you can help each other, send a follow-up email or LinkedIn now and schedule a call or a Zoom coffee. I mean, I think I had 12 meetings last week. No, I think it was the week before, but I had 12 meetings, and it was a combination of networking events and connecting with people that I met on networking events. And from that, you get even more connections. So this time when everything's changing, when your sales marketing efforts need a little bit of fine tuning, LinkedIn is a really good place to start to connect with people that you know that you perhaps lost touch with, but also to make new connections and develop those relationships. And then in addition to LinkedIn, you may, if you haven't already, set regular social media goals and scheduling social media time, whether it's a half an hour, once a day, 15 minutes, twice a day. The things that you want to do is you want to post on your profile, but you also want to comment and interact on other profiles. So whatever content you share, you can look at people in your industry who do things that you think are awesome and then adapt it for yourself. And then figure out what type of content is really best for you. Are you comfortable on video? Great, it shows up beautifully in the feed. Do you like taking pictures? Maybe photography is your side hustle hobby and you take amazing photos of the city. Mix those in with the tips that you're sharing about your particular industry. Or you can also use sites like Canva, where they have pro and free templates where you can put together fun images with quotes or tips or just information that you want to share. And then again, links, you want to share your own content, but also share content from others, because part of being a resource is knowing where to find the good stuff. So you're sharing the posts that you write or the articles from your company, but look to, and this is a really good example, it's title reps and realtors coming together. You want to share each other's content and help each other out. And what you're doing is you're showing value to your prospects and clients. And then you always want to interact. If you post something, you want to be replying. You want to go to, whether you have your own community or you're in different groups, you want to go in there and share value, not just promotion, what you do. That comes after you develop the relationships. You want people to know who you are, that you're a cool person, and that you've got all this great info. And then you pique their interest and they want to get to know you better. And then you can share how you help others and more about your business. Okay, any questions on the goal area or anything from that, or should I keep going?
You are covering everything. You're good.
Okay, great. So let's talk about setting yourself up for success, shall we? And this is the thing about goals. You need to see them. So remember earlier when I was talking about your mission and your motto, whatever your motto is, whether it's, and I say a theme song, I think of Ally McBeal from, I'm dating myself, decades ago. What is your theme song? What song gets you excited about getting up in the morning and doing your job? What is your favorite quote? What is your motto? My motto is goal setting simplified. So everything I do, whether it's speaking or in my book or in my posts, it's all about helping. Changing your life is challenging enough. The instructions should be simple. So I just make the instructions simple. What is your motto? What is your overarching theme to everything that you do? So you should keep that somewhere where you can see it. No one else needs to. I mean, you're welcome to share it. And then the other thing you want, along with your motto in a good spot, you can take a visualization of your Goaltopia. So what does your happy place look like? Are you on your private island hanging out with your family, having quality time? Is your Goaltopia running a very successful business? Is your Goaltopia being the go-to in your industry and you have hundreds of people show up for you when you speak? Whatever that place is that you want to be, see if you can come up with a visual representation of it and throw that along with your motto and then your goals. So what are your goals, your big overarching long-term and short-term goals? Is it to do a certain number of sales per year? Is it to become the known expert? Is it all of the above? Is it to start a blog or a podcast? These goals, pick like 3 to 5 things that you want to achieve and make sure it's, and yes, I have mine, make sure it's in your sight line. And it could be on your computer, it could be in your desk, it could be in your wallet. You can even put it like, write it down and take a picture and have it be the wallpaper on your phone or on your computer. So when you boot up, you have what you're working towards in front of you. Again, your goals, your motto, and if you've got that fun visualization to keep your eye on the prize. And I do say post goals everywhere. Everywhere is relative. What do you look at all the time? Are you like, is your hobby cooking? Put your goals on your refrigerator. Is the thing that you like to do when you're not working yoga? Put your goals on your yoga mat. I know, I sound like such an Angelino when I say things like that. What is a good place in your home beyond your desk where you're going to glance at your goals? I once was, and this was several years ago, but it really stuck with me. Someone told me that she writes her goals at the beginning of the year and she puts it in a drawer, and at the end of the year, she looks to see if she accomplished anything. And after I recovered from the shock, I said, do me a favor. Why don't you try putting your goals where you could see them? And wouldn't you know, she said she would, and she was much more successful achieving the goals now that she looks at them all the time. So goals, where you could see them so you can achieve them. To get what you want, you need to know what you want. And when you see them even every day, they remain top of mind for you. Next thing you want to do is embrace to-do lists. So remember the monster list I told you about what you need to do to break down all your tasks to reach those goals? You want to do those every week. Yes, I know, but they're so helpful. So my recommendation for the monster to-do list for the week is, and I do this every Sunday, I will write out everything I need to get done for the week. And I've done this enough time that I categorize it as I bring up my list, but start by putting everything out there and then categorize it. Okay, what do you need to do for your inbound marketing? What do you need to do for your outbound marketing? What appointments do you have scheduled that week? What personal tasks? What marketing tasks? Everything you need to do, and then categorize them so you've got a nice, happy list. So what I'll do is I write my big list and then I will type it into a Sunday calendar appointment on my computer. So I've got in two places, my notebook, which has like everything, but also my phone, which is, your phone is with you all the time, right? It is. We're just going to face the fact this is our digital age. It is with you wherever you need it to be if you need to add something. Once you have your to-do list, you can go through and then schedule your time. So you've got all this stuff to do. When are you going to do this? Well, your electronic calendar is your friend. So you want to put all your appointments in the schedule, but also your goal time for your personal goals, for your outreach, for your marketing, for your side content project, for the podcast or the blog you're starting. And maybe it's an hour every other day and you have those appointments in there, or maybe it's a half an hour, 5 days a week. Now, I will tell you, everybody says you should work towards your goals every day, and absolutely you should, but it's not always realistic to work towards these side hustles, these passion projects, the things that you're doing to supplement the day job or the life's passion career work. So I have something I call the 5 of 7 rule, which is basically gives you permission if you have to skip a day working on your marketing, your blog, your side project, your hobby. So if you have, let's say you're doing 15 minutes a day working on creating this blog and you miss Monday, so you're like, that's okay, I'm going to do a half an hour Tuesday. You miss Tuesday, you're up to 45 minutes on Wednesday. Well, if you didn't have 15 minutes, you probably don't have 45 minutes. So it's basically giving you permission on those days where you don't have the time or the mental space to work towards these goals. You get a pass. Like I said, my recommendation is to start with like 3-hour sessions a week on these things that you're doing to supplement your work. And this is my rule, is you can move those block of times, but you can't delete them. So, and then beyond that, so if you're busy, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. You move the block of time to tomorrow. What you can do is track your time. So when you spend an hour spent sending out, let's say you decided you want to write articles for local or national magazines, and your goal is to send out 5 queries a week. That's one of your 3 blocks for the week. And let's say the end of the month, so you're going through, you're doing these tasks, you're sending your 5 queries on one day a week, and then the other day you're working on your blog, and then the third day you're spending on social media updating your branding, but you feel like you're not going anywhere. Well, if after each session you write down what you do, at the end of the week or the month, you can look and say, it feels like I'm not making progress, but I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. That's really showing that even though things aren't happening in your time, you're still moving forward in little bits of time, little increments, little dedicated time spent to building these things that are going to help up-level you in your business. You will eventually get there, but it's really good to have these reminders of what you're working towards. And you've got proof, you wrote it down. You're scheduling and tracking your time. I want to go back to the to-do list real quick. So you have your lists, they're categorized, you've got your appointments, and then as you tick things off throughout the week, instead of deleting the items on your electronic list, or you can do like a check mark on the paper list. Yes, I admit it, I do both. For the electronic calendar, I like to write done in all caps after each completed task, and then I can copy and paste the list the following week, delete all the dones, keep the ongoings, and add any new titles. And I'm already a little bit further along for that week because I've done some of the ongoing legwork. So that's how to embrace to-do lists, schedule and track your time. And also, the other reason for the 5 of 7 rule is to not beat yourself up, because sometimes things happen and some weeks you just can't. It's okay. We all have an extra layer of stress going on, whether we're feeling it directly or indirectly, whether you're having struggles or people you know are having struggles, or the family members of your friends. There's just like this undercurrent. Some weeks you have to say, all I can do is my work. Totally fine. Best thing you can do is pick yourself up and move forward for the next week, which leads into find time for personal goals. Now, all this business collateral you're creating, all your networking goals, all this time that you are spending working towards your professional future is great, but professional goals help you personally and personal goals help you professionally. So if you don't have a hobby, if you don't have something that brings you joy, maybe your goal each week for your personal time is to find a hobby, and each week you can try something a little bit different. Or you want to have a healthier lifestyle, so you're going to work out at home 3 days a week and you're going to actually cook. Sunday, you have an appointment, it's your planning day, and you're going to figure out what you're going to eat and be healthy that week. And that's how you schedule more of these lifestyle or ongoing goals. Other thing, very important, celebrate all of your successes. So as you're planning out your tactics and your strategies for your marketing and your social media and how you're going to get in front of all these new prospects and clients, when you reach these benchmarks, celebrate, create rules and rewards. So rules being, I'm going to attend 2 to 3 networking events each week. I'm sending out 20 hi, how are you emails a week. In addition to whatever other prospecting you're doing, I'm gonna spend 2 hours until I create this outline of my ebook. Whenever you hit a benchmark that you've done a batch of stuff, give yourself a reward. Little rewards for little wins, big rewards for big wins. In real life, when I've got my live groups, I hand out gold stars. Figure out what is your gold star, what is your motivator, and collect them, use them, treat yourself. Figure out what's going to fulfill you and do more of that, and do what setting yourself up for success is all about. Looking at your life, looking at your time, figuring out when you can do things realistically, making progress, and celebrating your success. I mean, like I said, I'm goal setting simplified. That's about as simple as it is. Figure out what you want, break it down, get those wins, collect them, rejoice, sing, celebrate, happy dance. If you want to connect with me, email me. I do a newsletter, and it is aimed at writers, creatives, and entrepreneurs, but there's plenty of content that's interesting for everyone. I occasionally lead different types of workshops. I do a Facebook Live show. I do a Twitter chat. I'm basically all about helping people figure out how to get what they want. So please connect with me. All my contacts on the final slide. And if you want to connect, I will also send my missions and mottos worksheet and my video that I did for the Agora Pulse LinkedIn Social Summit on setting LinkedIn goals, which if you're having challenges with LinkedIn, it'll pretty much Deb method you your way to finding a nice process on LinkedIn that will work for you. This is my book, Your Goal Guide, a roadmap for setting, planning, and achieving your goals. The first half of the book goes through the DEB method in detail. The second half is setting yourself up for success. So everything I talked about, but more and in more detail. There's also worksheets and a Facebook group you can join to share your progress, ask questions, etc. This is me. Thank you for having me. Are there any questions? Okay, bye.
Felicia?
I'm sorry, I was trying to unmute myself. I was like, where did the mute button go? Questions? I did not see any questions. You covered everything perfectly. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I will also put in the chat my contact information. That would probably be helpful.
You see, I was not lying. I have your book.
Wait. I want to see. I'm off. I love that. See, this feels to me like a screenshot moment.
Guys, thank you so much. It's time to set up those goals. Remember, this market is going to change, and it's going to change a lot. We're going into a weird market that we're doing trainings on distressed properties. The distressed property market is coming. The NODs, the trustee sales, they're going to be here. But it's going to be a weird market because a lot of distressed properties, they have equity. I was in a Zoom meeting this morning with Century 21 Jervis and Associates, and the owner, the broker, was telling us that there was an increase of 17%. 17% increase. That's amazing. So the first, second, and even the third wave of NODs and trustee sales, they're gonna have equity. There's gonna be a lot of equity in those properties. So please get trained, understand this weird, unique market that it's approaching, and it's approaching fast. I refuse to think that there's a bad market. I completely refuse to think that. Short sales, let's do short sales. Standard sales, let's do standard sales. Buyers, let's do buyers. There's always something in this industry. We're lucky to be in LA, Orange County, Southern California. It's a huge, huge counties, right? There's a lot of business here. So I refuse to think that this is gonna slow down. It's gonna change. And if you're ready and you're prepared for this new market that is coming, you're gonna be very, very successful. So remember, NODs, trustee sales, start getting that information, start understanding timelines, California being a non-judicial state and all that, because that market is gonna be huge, huge. Now, I wanna thank Javier Munoz from Down Exterminators, because he is the one who bought a bunch of these beautiful books, 10, right, Javier?
Yes, sir. I was just
You're
right
gonna-
down.
You're gonna
Right
raffle
down on my
10
other
books,
desk,
right?
taking care of business. Thank you, Jorge. And hopefully
you're gonna
I'm sorry?
You're gonna raffle the 10 books, right? They're not for me.
Yes. Yes, please, go ahead.
No, so you're gonna raffle, right? You told me you're raffling 10 books.
Yes. I've been sitting on my other desk. I'm sorry. I was just.
Thank you. Go ahead, Javi.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, hopefully the market changes, becomes a buyer's market. Yes, for Downey Exterminators, then the seller will be able to provide with those termite reporting completions. Other than that, please keep Downey Exterminators on your next, for your next transaction. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Well, thank you so much for being on this call. Happy Taco Tuesday, Title Tuesday. At least you're not getting fat like before on Taco Tuesday, right? Now we have knowledge. Get fat on knowledge. That's a good way to get fat. Don't get fat like me on junk food. Because thanks to all that junk food, all that garbage that I eat, now I have to carry this little thing attached to my heart, because all the garbage that I was eating, I put 30 pounds in the last 6 months. Now I'm having some heart issues, so don't be like me. Get full, get fat on knowledge. Title Tuesday will give you that. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Great seeing everyone today.
Thank you. Eddie, call me, please. Eddie Castro,
Thank you.
please call me.
Thank you.
Deb, thank you again for.
Scott, thank you so much for being in this call. It was an honor. And yes, you're killing the title reps in any area.
I don't know why you say that, but thank you.
And guess what? I see the numbers every day, so I'm so happy for you guys. It's amazing. I keep saying that, but I just get amazed.
Thank you.
Couldn't happen to anybody better than you and Angeline.
It's all Angeline.
I don't think so. It's always the old guy. Don't listen to the little kids.
Right.
All
Okay.
right,
Hey,
guys.
thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Felicia. Deb, thank you so much. I will call you next week so we can talk about the next meeting.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And you see, I was not lying. I have your book. I knew I have your book.
I think if I were ever in this industry, I would want to work for you.
Oh, you don't want to do that for sure.
Okay, I will speak to you all soon. And if you need anything from me, you know where to find me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
I'm done with that. Saying bye.
Thank you all.
Kim, are you there? No, she's not there. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, hun. Thanks.